What is good, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today, as you can tell by the title, I just want to jump right into things and kind of talk about all of your past lessons that you've endured throughout your whole entire life and how you could translate them into your actual present self. Your present self who is looking to chase success in entrepreneurship, in your own goals, in just life in general. All right, and I'm a 17-year-old. I don't have the most accolades by any means whatsoever. I am a person who has failed flat on my face many different times. I am a person who has had success many different times. I am a person who has made mistakes, has gone through the lessons, and still has many more things to go through. So I want to share with you at least a couple things that I have encountered and how I've moved past them and put them into my present self and implemented them into my brain so I could chase success on a daily basis. So first things first, I want to talk about one thing. You know, failing in front of people, if that is in real life, if that's through social media, if that's your family, if that's your friends, is okay. Because if you can get back up right after you fall flat on your face, no matter if it was big or if it was small, it shows a lot about your character. But if you're the type of person who just lays on the ground and lets that mistake or that failure eat up in your brain and shows on the outside and the inside, that right there shows people that you can't be held accountable for, that you can't tell yourself to get back up when things get rough, and people won't want to bring their energy towards you because you just give off bad energy. As simple as that. So what I like to do is I like to embrace it. I like to be bright about it. I like to be open about my mistakes, and especially with building a personal brand through posting on social media, on YouTube, on Instagram, on TikTok. It's okay to explain and show your failures. Because what that does is your whole entire environment, your whole entire viewership sees trust within you. And me saying this to you guys right now isn't here to win you over as a subscriber or as a follower. It's for me to explain that I'm going through my own trials and errors, that I'm going through my own life, and you're probably going through something completely different. But there is some type of correlation that we've both failed. We have both made mistakes, but yet we're still here right now because we decided to get back up. And if we could choose to have that mindset throughout the rest of life, throughout our goals, throughout entrepreneurship, we will see great success. And that's why I'm here talking to you about this now, because you were called to watch this video for a reason, and I was called to make it for a reason. So, we fail. That's normal. We're human beings. That's how it's supposed to be. But let's think about how we could use our past failures and kind of put them into our present self and engrave them in our mind in order to not really make those mistakes again. So for me, let's think of a mistake that I've gone through. I would say, just lying, not being trustworthy to people in terms of very serious situations. And as a kid, I did this, and I'm not gonna lie, I think I did this like a couple of days ago, maybe a week ago, which is a really bad habit. But I tend to think things could be jokes, and they're not really jokes. For example, I would maybe joke around with my mom when I was younger, acting like I fell down the stairs, making a big loud noise and a bang, and acted like I was crying, and she ran to me thinking I was hurt, and then I got up and started laughing. And as much as that might have been a joke as a kid, it's not a very funny joke to a parent. And that mistake right there helped me realize to kind of taper down on doing those types of pranks or those jokes, because other people around you start to see a pattern, and then it kind of draws them to not take you as serious when you're making that mistake. And this isn't just, in terms of that example, it's more so figure out what you did wrong. And if you ever have a situation again that is currently happening, figure out how you can move forward with it without going through that past mistake. If that is, you are in sports and maybe not the best recovery, and you know that if you get good recovery, you'll have a great day of practice the next day. Or if that is in business, or if that is in personal brand growth development, that is staying consistent rather than having a 1 day in between buffer period. You know, those little things that you have learned throughout your life, no matter what it is, plays a huge role in your success and how you will see success and how you will read it. So that right there is just a small example. I hope that makes sense. I know I kind of went all over the place with that, but I think that if you can just wrap your head around it, just kind of thinking before you do something and letting your past not dictate what your future looks like, but your past dictating the way you react towards your present and your future, that right there is how you'll see success. And again, I'm just a 17-year-old. All right, I haven't seen much of the real world. I haven't lived it. All right, I'm actually at a camp right now, like I told you guys before. I'm at Camp Woodward in Pennsylvania, and this is really, my last week or two ever being a kid, ever. Once I get back home, it's gonna be August. Then August 21st is gonna come around, and I'm gonna be 18 years old. I'm gonna have 1 year to figure out what I want to do with my life, which I'm very blessed that my parents gave me that opportunity. But I'm very certain of it. I could taste the success. I could taste it. I know what it looks like for myself. I know how it's gonna feel. I know what I'm gonna do to get there. Now it's just about executing. Now it's just about letting go of my past, letting go of my future, staying in the present, and letting all the mistakes that I've made play a role in how I react to everything that I do now. And it's gonna be beautiful. The success is gonna taste amazing, but it's that moment right there when you realize that making a mistake every day, that learning something new every day, that chasing something every day, no matter what situation you're in, that's the grind. That's the journey that I love. And throughout my whole entire wrestling season, which I don't talk about crazy, but it played a huge role in my mindset, kind of engraved it with me. I went through 4 hard years, really difficult hard years in my high school season, and I had one goal of getting to state, and I put my body through everything. And my coach, Coach Conrad, a guy who really changed my life, he really engraved that it's not just the end goal, it's not the end process, it's not the last day that defines your whole career, it's the journey leading up to it. And I say this analogy all the time, and it's so true that literally you can't skip from chapter 1 to chapter 100 on a book and just expect to know what happened through the story and then write an essay about it. You can't. It's impossible. You have to read every page to understand what the character or what the plot was about, and then you could write your essay. And for me, I'm still reading. You're probably still reading. We're probably still in the same path of trying to figure out how we're going to move forward with the next day and how many pages we're going to read. And that's completely fine. But what isn't fine is trying to skip the basics, is trying to just jump the gun, going from person who has made no money in entrepreneurship to selling a course to making about 10K, little bit over, then traveling and all of this. And as much as it on the outside looks so fun and looks so well, it wasn't me. And for you guys, if you're chasing that goal of, trying to be the best at whatever you do, it's going to happen, but you have to be organically you. You have to share your personal thoughts and your personal reasoning behind why you want to get there, rather than just jumping the level. I mean, if you're playing Geometry Dash, you got to go through level number 1 to get to level number 100. You can't just pick back up where you left off. That's okay. We're going to fall on our face. We're going to fail. We're going to mess up that level. That's fine. It's everything that we go through that builds us into the person who we should become. God put us here for a reason, all right? He makes us go through these mistakes for a reason. He makes us go through these lessons for a reason, because the end picture is so much bigger than what day 1 looks like. The end picture is the whole entire journey. The end picture is everything that we go through, the people we meet, the places we travel, the good, the bad memories. I mean, that's the beauty of it all. So you're bound to make it. You're bound to have it happen to you. Even if it's not as fast as you want it to be, it will come. And I'm sure of that. And you're sure of that too, because you feel it within. You know it's there. It's just a matter of when. So guys, I hope that you took these 10 minutes to really think a little bit deeper about what you've gone through in your past, why you went through it, how it shaped you into the person you are today, and how you can move forward and chase something bigger. So I really love and appreciate you guys. Jesus gave me the idea and the message and the thought to share with you today. So hopefully you have learned something about yourself. I appreciate you guys for watching. This is Ben Arbortante, myself, me, and the Lord. Much love, guys. Remember, stay frickin' rackin', stay motivated, stay hungry, and I messed up. I'm supposed to say stay frickin' rackin' at the end, but that's what it is. Bang!